Hello, BitMonger family. Monger here, coming at you from beautiful Thailand. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. And in today's video, I want to talk about what I'm seeing in the markets this week and how I'm going to be going forward and how I plan to execute my plan if things get nasty. So let's take a look at what we got going on here. Look at this, guys. This is the NASDAQ, and it is reaching new all-time highs. It is absolutely ripping. I mean, look at this. Just since Liberation Day, here is the day. Let me go ahead and measure this out. It's insane, guys. Here is April 2nd. That's the day that he announced it. So we'll go to April 1st, the day before. We'll measure how far up we've climbed since then. And we are up an amazing 28.9, call it 29%, guys. 29%. If you're familiar with investing, guys, you know that that is just insane gains for a NASDAQ, for an index. It's up nearly 30%. What is that since April? I mean, we're talking huge gains. These indexes usually only go up like, anywhere between 8 to 12% per year usually. This is just insane. It's got me a little concerned. But what it really has me concerned about is how, if you're one of these listeners that's listening to me and you don't have any sort of, skin in the game, whether it be in disruptive, tech, or even an index fund like this, or in gold, or in Bitcoin, I'm fearful, guys. I am very fearful for your future. And I hope you pay attention and you do something about it. It doesn't take a lot. Right now, you can still buy Bitcoin and, hold on to it for 5 years. And I can't promise you anything, but I would bet my left nut that it's going to be a hell of a lot more valuable in a few years, 5 years from now than it is today. I honestly believe Bitcoin could easily get up to $1 million within the next 5 years. Okay, so that is something that you might want to be considering. Another thing, going forward in this week, I believe that we are going to experience massive volatility, guys. And that's because, one, we got the Fed Reserve rates coming out. And right now, I believe that's been front run. That's why we've seen the massive run up. I think people are, clearly aware that they're likely going to cut rates by 25 basis points. So that has been front run. Will it be a sell the news event? Fuck, I don't know. I'm not I don't have a crystal ball. Wish I did, but we'll see what happens. And then we also have this one here, guys. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's called Triple Witching Day. We have that coming up. It happens on this Friday. So Triple Witching Day is the third Friday of March, June, September, and December, when stock index futures, stock index options, and stock options all expire simultaneously, leading to increased trading volume and potential market volatility as contracts are closed, exercised, or rolled over. So we got a big day coming this Friday as well. I do expect a lot of volatility. I'm sitting on my hands, and my plan is to buy any big dip. If we see any big dip, I'm just going to buy it. Otherwise, I'm sitting on my hands. I'm not doing anything. And the reason why I'm hoping for a big dip is because I believe liquidity is coming. As we know, they drop it. That eases money. And get this, guys. There's $7 trillion sitting in money market accounts right now. Money market funds and this type of stuff. And as they lower rates and these types of things, well, that money is going to look for a new home, and it's going to look for, disruptive tech. It's going to look for Bitcoin. It's going to look for gold. It's going to look for these types of things. So you need to be looking at that. So I believe it's going to, that the markets are going to continue to get juiced. At some point, they will pop. So I would be doing this. I'm going to be executing a laddering out strategy in which I take profits, so I have points identified as we go up. If you're waiting for one price point, that can be very dangerous. If it doesn't hit that target and rolls back over, you can get fucked. So always be happy taking profits, guys. It's as they say in the markets, taking any profits isn't bad. Okay. Sure, you can be a greedy fucker and say, oh, I wish I hadn't done it. And that's happened to me before. I mean, it's amazing how emotions, can completely wreck people. Whether it be greed or fear, it goes both ways, guys. So generally you want to have a plan and execute a plan. Very important for being successful. What I intend to do is I'll leave like 20% of my bag open at my last price point, and I'll still hold 20% in the event that I sold too early and I can still catch that upside. And then my plan would be, if we see any sort of, if it still runs up massively and we see it roll back over down, let's say 20 to 30, I'd say probably over 30%. That is when I might be like, okay, I'm still going to be massively in the money. Maybe I'll take it off the table. Depends. I mean, in some cases, if you don't need the cash and you believe that it's going to continue to go up, and you believe the risk reward on the downside is not as bad as you think, well, in those cases it makes sense just to hold on to it. Don't create a taxable event, but you need to determine how you want to play it. All right. Another topic. Take a look at this, man. Jesus, this is sick, man. I hope you guys were buying Tesla. I mean, oh my God, look at that. Tesla stock. It's trading at $410 right now, guys. So I was telling you to buy it under 200. Yeah. Listen, I know there's a lot of guys out there that probably are listening to this that don't have any skin in the game. And you need to get skin in the game, guys. I'm telling you right now, if you don't have skin in the game, you're probably going to get left behind. Inflation's going to be on the rise. We're not stopping inflation, guys. If you look at the M2 global money supply, it is going up. And when money supply rises, well, then that means there's going to be inflation. Figure it out. If you don't know that, God help you. But you better fucking start thinking about it and looking at these things, or you might just get crushed. This is key to survival, financial survival, in this case. So, be paying attention, guys. Let's take a look at some other things. What else do we got going on here? Bitcoin trading at 115K. Let's look at the liquidation heat map on Bitcoin. We can see it's coming down here. It's at about 113.6 is a liquidation point. And we're looking at a liquidation of 113.7, call it. And then we have a liquidation of roughly 80 million. Up here on the top end of shorters, we got a liquidation point of 115.9. And we got about 65 million. I believe that this is going to continue to go up. Just so you guys know, Bitcoin generally lags the gold price by about 30 days. So we could see Bitcoin going up. I believe that these market makers that run crypto leverage or perpetual trading, these guys, they manipulate the market big time. It's not governed or watched like the stock markets are, and it will in the future. But in the meantime, these fuckers are manipulated, and anybody with heavy leverage that's betting on it going up, they're likely going to come down there and liquidate those guys before they fucking juice the markets up. That's just the way it is. So you might be looking at that point to maybe put a bid down there, or below that, a little below it, because it will probably wick down if they get liquidated. It usually does. So you might want to put a bid down there if you don't have any skin in the game now. Another topic, pump fund. Yeah. I won't go too deep into it. But pump fund is an interesting ecosystem coin. It's a launch pad on the Solana token. It has been ripping, guys. I mean, absolutely ripping. And I believe that they might have something going on. Put that coin on your radar. Let me show you something real quick. So yeah, here's the pump fund chart, and we can see it absolutely ripped. There was chatter. There was a lot of like negative news that came out at one point, and this is where it dumped. Came back down here again, and we can see an entry would have been here when it crossed this horizontal line that went down. But that's, you know, hindsight's 2020. Here's another area in which it would have been a good area to enter. And then here, when it broke its previous top, I took it from the actual candle body. And this would have been a good area. And just since then, I mean, look at this move, guys. Look at this move. We are looking at current price. We're looking at a 35.88, a 36% move. I'm looking for this one to come back down. Where would that be if we get some sort of pullback on that breakout? Let's take a look at the fib. So I'm going to take it just from this breakout point, because I will. Got up to this point here. So we're looking at roughly 0.007277. I'm going to put an order in down there on the golden pocket to see if we get a retracement back down there. If it doesn't hit, no big deal. I'll look for to buy in at some point. But that coin recently, guys, it's a casino coin, basically for meme coins. I don't believe that's going away. I believe that's going to continue to gain traction as people like to gamble. I don't mind owning part of the casino, and I think that thing will do well. Also, they recently did live streaming on this, and it has outperformed. It actually had more activity than Rumble, which is a publicly traded company and has quite a big active user base. And it actually, the metrics show that it eclipsed it. And that is interesting to me, because if they can get a piece of that and they can monetize it, and that catches hold with the younger generation, I could see that possibly becoming a big thing. Now, don't get me wrong, this is risky as fuck. You know, only buy red dildos. Don't buy green dildos, guys. I am always shocked on guys that buy green dildos, and when I ask them why they bought it, and if they don't have a good reason, well, then I write them off as being fucking ignorant. The only time that you ever buy a green dildo is if it breaks, you know, a resistance zone. And preferably what you want to do is when you buy those is you wait for it to break it. What it will usually do is it will break that resistance zone, then it will come back down and it will touch it. Like we saw yesterday in the video, it touched it twice. It came down, it will touch it as a retest, and then you look for confirmation of it bouncing off of that, and that's usually the best way to trade it if you're a trader. Otherwise, it just amazes me about how people get into this and they don't do any kind of research or work or try to learn more, and they just operate off of guts and hunch feelings and fucking influencers that are shilling it currently on YouTube. Anyways, all right, that's how, you know, we make money, because we are not a sheeple, and we do analysis, and that's how we're going to win. All right, guys, I think that's where I'm going to leave it today. So a quick summary. I believe we're going to see a lot of volatility this week. I'm sitting on my hands, and I'm looking to buy any significant dips. And that's how I'm going to be playing it. Hope you guys are all doing well, and monger on.